What's going on, my beautiful bees? I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully you can see me. May just have to bring up the camera there. Okay, I think that should be good. So I am doing the Heal All tea right now. So nice when it's a little bit chilly out there. It just warms you right up. And I got this huge bowl full of grapes that I'm soaking. And these are the non-organic grapes. That's all we got in Canada here. And if you're just tuning into my channel, welcome. I talk a lot about detoxing, a lot about bringing in raw foods to the body, healthy eating, and then having some fun. Because, I mean, you gotta have fun on this journey. You gotta have fun in this world. There's so much stress out there and fear and lots of suffering and pain. And so my channel is there to kind of bring fun as well as, talk about serious issues. And today it's going to be one of those topics of, people that are lots of people suffering out there. And I want to share with you a story. I'm not going to name names of who this is, but I thought it was important to share this story because there's so many others that may be going through the same thing. So we have a woman and she is experiencing ovarian cysts and fibroids, and I mean, they're all really the same thing. They're just pockets full of fluid in the lymphatic system. And she's also has some prolapsing. So she has prolapsing of her bladder and of her uterus. So the bladder and the uterus are fallen out. And so the doctors want to do surgery to, bring these organs back up in position. And it's pretty invasive surgery. I also have another client of mine, a female who has endometriosis, and the doctors want to cut her open as well and remove the endometriosis, which is just extra tissue that is maybe lining other areas in the abdominal tract. So I'm very familiar with these because I've experienced it myself. I've experienced endometriosis, ovarian cysts, abnormal cervical cells, and I've gone down that whole route of possible surgeries and medications. So I want to look at alternative ways of healing, and I'm one of those who I've tested on myself, and I know that the body can heal itself. The body is very intelligent and it can heal itself if given the right nutrition. So when we have prolapsing, and this individual also has arthritis developing. So the toes, the feet are starting to curl in, and as well as some of the fingers are starting to curl in. So what we can see here is that there is calcium loss. We can see that calcium is not being utilized, and in fact, we can see that the body is in a very acidic state. And the reason I say that is it's really simple. So on this planet is chemistry. Food is chemistry. And there's two sides to chemistry. There's acid chemistry, and then there's base or alkaline. So when you know that your body's on the acidic side of chemistry, we can thankfully move to the other side of chemistry and start bringing in alkaline base food to start removing some of these acids out of the body. So when we know that we can see, arthritis is developing, we can see the prolapsing starting to happen, we can see that there's loss of connective tissue, there's calcium that is being lost. So sometimes what doctors will do is they'll say, okay, we'll put you on a calcium supplement. And I am always looking at health from a holistic approach, right? Even nature provides us with whole foods right off the plant in whole form. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about eating whole foods to the body, giving the body energy and food that nature provided in whole form. So when we start isolating chemistry in pills, that's when we can start to get into a bit of problems, because we think that, okay, you're just not utilizing calcium, we'll just put you on a supplement, thinking that these supplements are going to do better than, say, an orange. And that's where man has failed. So I'm not a doctor, however, this is just my own experience, so this is not medical advice, but I have seen that the body can heal itself given whole plant foods and doing some detoxes with some fruit and some green juices. So when you know that you've got the prolapsing, the arthritis, we can see that the body is inflamed. The body's on a very acidic, inflammatory diet. So the good news about that is now you can move to the other side of chemistry and start bringing in the hydration. You can start bringing in the alkaline, antioxidant rich foods. The live enzymes, this is where you can go into the raw foods. So what we want to look at is when there is calcium loss. The reason that you may be losing calcium is because the body is acidic, and calcium is one of the richest minerals of the human body. So calcium is alkaline, and it's one of the richest minerals of your body. So when the body's acidic, will grab calcium wherever it can find it, because the body doesn't have enough alkaline stores to get rid of these acids. The blood is about 7.4-ish pH, which is alkaline. So that always has to stay in balance. And the body will always do what it can to stay in balance, to keep that blood at that 7.4 pH. If it doesn't, we would die. So what would happen is these, acids, these cysts, buildups, whatever, cancers are found in the lymphatic system. This is what the medical establishment has failed to look at, is the great lymphatic system. There's only two fluids of the body, your blood and your lymph. So the blood always has to maintain a 7.4 pH. Now your lymph, that's where all these acids are gonna go. This is the sewer system of the human body. So this is where you're gonna find your bacteria, your parasites, and your cysts. So when we start focusing on the lymphatic system, then we can start focusing on how do we get these acids out of the body? How do we move our lymph? We move our lymph by doing raw living foods. So bringing in, if you're not utilizing calcium, you want to really bring in the raw living foods. So I'm talking about berries. Berries are excellent for the glands, for your ovaries, for the kidneys and your adrenal glands. The berries, you can't get enough. Strawberries, blueberries, cherries, blackberries, whatever berries you like, start bringing them in and doing whole monomeals of berries. I like to do a berry sauce and add in bananas. So good for you. Bananas, high in potassium. We also got the grapes, right? The grapes are really, really hydrating and really good for your skin and all your glands. We can also look at doing some green drinks, bringing in some collard greens, bringing in the kales. We're talking about mineral-rich foods, and even doing some monomeals of oranges. Oranges are very high in calcium. Even if you got to do the kelp is very high in calcium. You'll see me doing kelp noodles. There's so many things we can look at, but it's really starting to focus on bringing in mineral-rich foods to the body, bringing in the calcium-rich foods, whole form, right off the trees, right off the plant. And that's where the living enzymes are. That's where the health is, your raw fruits and vegetables and your leafy greens, and also doing some herbs. Herbs can really target the glands, and especially if you're not getting your kidneys filtering, which we really need to focus on those kidneys, and your third kidney, which is the largest eliminative organ. This is where the herbs can really kind of work on those glands and kind of wake them up a bit if they've been stagnant and sleeping for how many years of eating acid foods like dairy, processed food, the meats, the junk foods. I've done it for however long, so many years of eating fast food, dairy, junk food, alcohol. These are all acidic foods, and I've really destroyed my body. And unconsciously, we do a lot of these things unconsciously, just unaware of the truth of what's out there. So I'm here to wake you guys up and bring you back to life, living food. And this is an energetic experience. We want the energy-rich foods. So that's where your fruits, the highest energy. Think about it in terms of where these foods are found, right on the tops of trees, your lemons, your oranges, your apples, right hit from the sun. So the higher you go, you're also going to increase your awareness and your spirituality. So when you have these prolapsing and you got the arthritis, you really want to look into detoxification. Maybe bringing in just grapes for a couple days, just doing a whole monomeal of grapes. and just start focusing on bringing hydration to the body. Now that may be, people tuning into this for the first time may think that's quite extreme. I'm not just gonna eat fruit, right? And I thought the same thing. I can't just be eating fruit. Well, that's where the health is. So if you're not eating the fruits and the vegetables and your green juices or leafy greens, whatever, you know, juices, or whether you want to eat them or not, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna, you know, I was lost in that kind of mind too of what am I gonna eat? So then you're gonna go get lost in the meat and then dairy and the, you know, that whole field of I gotta have this. When in fact, dairy is the most mucus forming food, very acidic in the body. Meat, high nitrogen, so it falls on that side of chemistry, which is acidic. The fast food, junk food, I think a lot of you guys know out there, it's cooked at high temperatures. It's really processed with high oil, saturated fat, trans fats. These foods are very, very foreign and acidic on the body. So when you start getting these cysts, these tumors, cancers, the body starts turning in on itself, we can regenerate all that. We can start turning back the clock by just consuming the right form of chemistry. And that's where I'm really promoting high alkaline foods. So getting lots of berries in, the berries I can't stress enough, because that is where that's where it's really gonna help your glands, and calcium rich, you know, to bring that calcium back to the body. As well as, you know, your oranges, doing some green juices. The greens is what you really want to focus on if you can't do the fruits. But eventually going towards a fruit is what you want to get to. And even doing some drinking some lemon water in the morning. Just really focusing on those high alkaline foods. Doing some, you know, herbal teas, non-caffeinated if you can, and just working on getting the kidneys to open up so we can get these acids, these build-up acids in the body out. And so how we get them out is we work on moving the lymphatic system, doing a bit of exercise, getting the skin sweating, and then bringing in the raw living food. So I hope that helps you guys out there. And I know I'm getting a lot of questions about ovarian cysts and what to do. And I would say just start bringing in the hydration, start bringing in the health, whatever fruit you like, just start bringing that in the body. And you may have to do some mono meals, maybe you'll have to do some fasts, but that's ultimately what what I'm doing on my body is doing some detoxes with fruit and really working on just cleansing out these acidic buildups in the body. So hope that helps you guys out, my friends. I love you, and more videos come, so stay tuned. And as always, be alkaline, be yourself, and be getting in some raw food today. Cheers.